setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge, and I'm glad that you've joined me. I have been watching this disaster that's happening in Texas. And my hearts and my prayer go out to these people because I know this is a tough time for them. They're seeing their homes being destroyed. But what I have been amazed at, and I think you all can be amazed at, how Texans in their communities have come together to help each other. You've got churches, you've got church members, you've got Elks Club, you've got all these people who are out there trying to help each other in their neighborhood. They are trying to reach out to those that need it. I want to tell you a story that happened this morning on Facebook. I have a friend who does a daily live Facebook feed. And he's a country western singer. And he talks to a lot of people throughout the day. But he does this morning coffee clutch thing, and he talks to everybody, and they talk about a wide range of subjects. But today, he was focused, and all the people that were on were focused on helping this one individual in Houston who was a paraplegic, and he couldn't get out of his bed. He was 400 pounds. And they were calling for help. And pretty soon you had boats ready to go. You've had Louisiana boats ready to go. You've had all kinds of people willing to go over to this one specific address to help this one person in trouble. When people of a community are in trouble, they rush in and try to take care of any individual that needs help. And that's what you've seen when the disaster hits Texas, is that these communities and families and uncles and aunts and firemen and police officers and everybody else go down there and they go to the communities that are hit the hardest and they help them out. I was driving through Texas a week ago. And as I was driving through, and the storm had not even gotten there yet, but the rain was coming down in torrents. I mean, literally in sheets. And that was out in the plains of Texas. So I can imagine how tough it must be right now for these individuals to be hit by this hurricane. And now I understand that some dams are beginning to overflow and flowing down and making the floodwaters even higher now. And people are again getting hit by more rain and by floods. But the people are coming together and helping each other. People as far away from Arkansas who are calling in and trying to get help for their friends who are in need. That is what community is all about. I've talked so many times in my past about how when I was living in Los Angeles, I had lost this sense of community. This sense that you don't know anybody who is living next to you. I lived in the same house, my last house, for 5 years, and I still had not met a single neighbor. I would wave to them. Sometimes I get a wave back, sometimes not. But if anything should have happened, if a disaster would have happened, I don't think any of those individuals would have reached out their hand to me, because in Los Angeles, there's no sense of community. When the disaster hits there, people are always crying for help, but they're not willing to help others. I've seen it so many different times in earthquakes that have happened. But in Texas, we have to be very proud of them, because Their local community leaders are working together with the state, and the state is working with the federal, and everything seems to be coordinated correctly. But the best part is that uncles are helping uncles, aunts are helping aunts, and cousins are helping cousins, and next door neighbors are helping each other, and brothers and sisters are making sure that their cats are taken care of, and that people are being fed, and that there's shelters for these people to go into. Now remember, this is a calm, even though there's a disaster going on, it's a calm. But when they have to go back to their homes and they see that their homes are gone, or destroyed, or may not even be able to be called a home again, that's when the tears flow. And that's when the community has to really come together to make these people know that there's a disaster, but we're going to take care of you. So, it's not over yet. The floods are still coming, the dams are still overflowing, but God hears our prayers for these people, so keep praying. Keep helping. If you know if somebody needs help, get on the phone and help them. Find someone to get that boat to their house. This is what America is about. And I think we forget it because over the last few weeks, we have seen nothing but evil from Antifa attacking innocent people. We've seen Black Lives Matter wishing that police officers were killed. By the way, just so that you know, it hasn't been reported, but we found out this morning that police officers have gone to certain houses and been shot at. Probably by people who are being evil and robbing them. You don't see Antifa there, right? You don't see any Black Lives Matter there helping these people out, or raising money, or doing anything for these people. No, they're still causing trouble, and they're still attacking. So over the last few weeks and months, we have seen nothing but hate. Hate coming out of Hollywood, hate coming out of politicians like Pelosi and Schumer, and even some Republicans, McCain and other, and Flake. Nothing but negative comments. Nothing but hate. Nothing but anti-this, anti-that. Anti-anything seems to be the mode of haters these days. And they do nothing to help the country like they should be doing during a disaster, but instead they're still attacking people. Still trying to take away people's rights. So, let's be very proud of Texas because they've done a very, very good job in helping each other. I love the sense of community. And I think that each and every single one of us, no matter where we live, should really start focusing on our communities. Because we all need help at some point in time. There may be a child in your community that needs tutoring. If you know how to read, if you know how to do arithmetic, if you know how to do anything that you can help a child with, volunteer as a tutor. Get involved in your community. There is needed help in each of these communities. And it's time that we as Americans forget about all this hate and this politics and everything and start uniting together to put our communities back together again. We've seen it in Texas. And it's a wonderful thing to see when people come together as a community. So continue to put Texas in your prayers because there's more water coming over those dams and it's going to be doing more damage. Keep them in your prayers. And I'll keep you in my prayers too. We will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.